Hey guys, welcome to our channel. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. In this week's video, we start cleaning up and ripping out all the old rotten and damaged wood in the 1999 Terry fifth wheel camper. We also come up with a game plan on how we're going to repair this water damaged front end. It is completely rotten. And we also start putting our plan into action, so stick around. Should have brought some trash bags. We had a trash bag. I guess I'll just start working my way to that room up there. What do you think? Let's see if this nasty tool I'll get up there. Let the cleanup begin. Alright guys, got the camper here. We're getting ready to start cleaning it up. So, we're going to clean all this out, throw all this away, and then we're going to work up here tearing all that stuff out. So here we go. Good stuff here, John. Clark, if you don't mind, I think I'll save this chair here.
If you don't mind, Clark, I'd like to see if I can fumigate this here chair. It's a good quality item.
Jackie.
Now the one of those shocks, they would have broke the first time I raised it.
Do what now?
Those shocks are on there. They'd have broke the first time I tried to use them. Or slip. I was going to try to save those brackets, but
What brackets?
they're on there to hold those upright. But they're so they're rusty. Well, there's all the junk that came out of the camper. Everything but those barrels, but so there it is, ripped out. I hope I haven't bit off more than I can chew. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see daylight right up there from the roof. Let me walk out here. So it starts getting good right back there, but this whole corner is rotted. The roof, all this, all down through there. Of course, all the subfloor is gone to about right here. Well, the subfloor is gone from there back to about right here, but I'm going to replace all this whole little area, the step up part of the fifth wheel. So it looks like I've never done one of these before, so I'm not sure. I guess what I need to do is take this bottom piece of tin off on both sides and get my new frame on the rail, and then once I got that, it gives me something good to screw into, and then cut these little pieces so I know my length on those before I start doing anything, and get a lot of good measurements before I tear it all out. So I'm open for suggestions besides burning it. That's what I got. I mean, it's, as you can see, it's about gone too far, but I think we can bring it back. So the roof looks good all the way up except for this corner. That looks like where it was leaking at. So there we go. We got to deal with. Everything's rotten. Rotten. All this upper frame, all this is rotten. Rotten. So there's not anything really to tie back into. But my thinking is, and I may be wrong on this because, like I may have said before, I am not a carpenter. I've never done nothing like this. But my plan is to come in here on the inside and dig out that board there that goes along this frame, clean that out, put it in there temporarily, just clamp it into place. Because here's my problem, or my dilemma, I think. If I come here and just start tearing this out, or I take the tin off, there's nothing here. There's no structure here to hold anything. And this front, I'm afraid I'll lose my shape or my contour of the front. So I'm going to put this board in, and then I'm going to build this section. I'm going to rebuild all this section, and over here, and up to here. And I'm going to get this front end built, and then I can start tearing back down to the sides till I get to good, which this right here looks pretty good. But this up here is all rotten. There's this corner, there's nothing there. All the way back to here, and it starts getting good right there. But up here we have nothing. Just over here we got a little bit, it starts getting good. You can see there's one board there, it's got a little wood color to it. And there's one there, it's got a little wood color to it. So we're gonna do that. That's our plan. We'll rebuild this front, and then once we get that done, then we'll take this outside piece of tin off, and then we'll unscrew these boards. I'm not going to glue these down here, I'm just going to screw them in. And then we'll take this board out, and then we'll screw it to the frame like it was originally, and then we'll come back and screw these back to that board and glue it. So we're getting an inspection this morning. Mr. Kitty. What's up, Lily Kitty? But that's the plan. We'll see how it goes out, or turns out I should say. But off to the hardware store to get some lumber. One of the bad things about getting older is everything costs more than you remember. I can remember when 2x2s were about, I don't know, 80 cents, 90 cents a piece. I guess it's been many years since they were that price, but I haven't bought any in a long time. And when I walked in Lowe's, I asked the guy, because I looked around a little bit, I'm like, hey, you got any 2x2 by 8s? And he's like, no, we don't have any. And so I picked up a bunch of 2x4s, and I thought, well, if worse comes to worse, I'll just build it out 2x4s. Well, and then I found some 2x3s, and I loaded up 12 of those. But I'm like, I was worried about the weight because I wanted to go back with what was there. And then I'm walking out the door, getting ready to make my purchase. I walked by a whole shelf, pallet full of 2x2s. So I spent a while picking through those, trying to find 12 of them that were halfway straight, not like rocket chair runners. And then I ended up rewarding myself for my hard work. I bought me a digital T-bevel. So don't know if I really need it, but I've always wanted one, so now I got one. So $160 later, some crooked wood from Lowe's. We're heading back to get started.
Keyword PILLOW to 84888. Message and data rates may apply. From iHeartRadio, #1, the Ron Burgundy Podcast. In the past, we've tackled important issues like bullying awareness, cybersecurity, and probably the topic that's most worthy of continuous vital discussion, EDM music. I'm not afraid to ask the tough questions. I'm also not afraid of throwing real softballs when I'm intimidated.
Yeah, this is just temporary. I'm not going to glue any of this, only from here up. When I get the tin off, I'll take this out and put a new board from the outside and screw it into the rail. Alright, the next step is, now I've got this piece tapped in, which that'll come off and be redone again when I take that piece of tin off. Next, I'm going to put my board that goes on top of this, and I just cut off enough of these. Well, actually I didn't even have to cut them, I just broke them off. That I can get this board here up on top of it. Moving right along. Got my board down there. I'm putting these across. And I stopped and got the trailer level, so that makes a big difference. A couple of these are so rusted I can't use the screw gun, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill them out. I don't know if I can. I'm going to have to put the camera down, but yeah, so I'm going to drill them out so we can take them off. I said drilling didn't work, so let's try this. Crazy. I can't believe it. I would have thought it would have fell out.
Success.
But right now, I really don't need to get that bottom piece. I'm going to do that last. I need to get to this section right here, because that board I'm putting in right here comes all the way to the edge. The one I put in here, I stopped short. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do about that. I'm going to take all that out and redo it. No biggie. So much putty. Ugh. Almost break time. pants pulled up.
Good thing you're not doing any plumbing.
I know. I'd be an expert at it right there. Huh. This side doesn't have screws. It's got little nut heads. The others had a... That's interesting.
Two different people?
Yeah, so it's been repaired or fixed or something before.
Or two different people putting it together?
Yeah, or the factory ran out of one and just switched to the other. Alright, so let's see, maybe this right here.
Maybe it was a test to see which side held better.
All right.
And this side won.
There's a ladder there, Jim. I wanted to stick this shot in here just to give you a reminder of how bad this camper was. Here we are, we're starting to put stuff back. As you can see, there's no floor, there's no left wall, and the right wall is rotten. I hadn't cut that out yet. I think you'll see it later in the video. But we started putting it back, but this camper, the front of it was pretty much just gone. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. This little tool has come in handy. So what we're trying to do is get this old rotten plywood off of here because it's all hanging on this tin. The one problem I have is the staples across here. I may just try to cut this board off in sections. Let's see what we got. Let's see what I can come up with. So what I'm going to try is a multi-tool, oscillating tool, multi-tool, and try to cut this plywood off. Nope, not a good idea. Alright, a metal cutting blade. Alright, so I'm going to try my little saw. I set my depth gauge. I don't know if you can see this from over there, but where it barely cuts through the wood, even if it cuts through it at all. Double check it, but it leaves like a 1/16 going all the way through. But I'm just going to try to get some of this weight off of it and not try to hurt the tin. pin's actually hanging back. So, if I'm understanding this right, what happens is when you're putting this on, probably should have started down at the bottom. You staple this down through there, and then this piece right here slides down into this groove, and then you bend that back. I think that's how it goes. I decided to go ahead and just take this piece of tin off. I hope I can get it all back on there. Not quite sure what I'm doing on this. Alright, I gotta get the other rail off on the other side. I think it's called J rail. It goes around here. Let me go get that one off. So, I can't figure out how...
It looks like the boards from the side came down to there.
All the way down? That's what I'm thinking.
Well, they might not have came all the way down, but...
Well, there used to be a board down here, but I think it came down flush to this bottom, and it was only about that. They had like 2 or 3 2x2s there, best I could tell. They were so rotten you couldn't tell. I think I'm going to bring it right there and stop it on that edge, and then that wall will come all the way down, and I'll screw into it and glue it. And then I'll put in some angle braces just in case. I think that'll make it stronger by coming out to here.
Well, what is that right there, that piece of wood?
That's the wall.
But it's going to be replaced too, right?
Oh yeah, I've got to do both sides all the way up. I was just trying to get a good foundation, and that's the main reason I took this off, is because the board, that's what I need to see.
That's just a 2x2, isn't it?
Yeah, but I was trying
Or a 1x2.
Yeah, there were 2x2s at one time. What I was trying to see though is how they built it. Is if these boards went all the way across, the lateral boards, the horizontal boards, if they went all the way across to the outer wall, or did they stop even right here and the walls came all the way down?
It seemed like the wall would attach to that board that goes across, not sit on top of it.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. Tired, hard to think when you're tired. Let me get my clamps, I get my board, get it measured, and get it on there. I gotta paint this thing first. But I think it came down flush to this bottom, and it was only about that. They had like 2 or 3 2x2s there, best I could tell. They were so rotten you couldn't tell. I think I'm going to bring it right there and stop it on that edge, and then that wall will come all the way down, and I'll screw into it and glue it. And then I'll put in some...
Roll them. Take 255.
Yeah. I wasted all morning doing something that didn't matter.
I know why it didn't touch on one side.
Hmm?
That one's not going to touch in spots too. That board's wonky. That's a professional term, wonky.
Bam.
First you spread the frosting this way. Then you bring it back. That way you get a smooth coat of frosting on your board.
There it is. So what we decided to do is build these walls 32 inches back because they're good on both sides. So we prefabbed the wall, and we're just going to go ahead and cut out the old stuff, glue this back to the trailer rail, and fit it in there, and then we'll be able to put the tin back. That's the plan. But yeah, we just made us a pattern, and we sort of modified it from the original. I mean, the shape's the same, but they had three 2x2s over here, and we went a little different. And this was 3 down here. They had 3 2x2s down here. So we're going to liquid nail that to the frame like we did the front one, and it should be very sturdy. And this is going to butt right up against another upright, and we'll screw into it, glue it and screw it, glue and screw, and it'll be good. So there we go. One for each side. There's that side. And this is for the starboard side, port side. There we go. It's supper time. Here's some scenes from next week's video. The mystery wall appears, and some sweaty old dude points at stuff. A young man shows up to help and starts stapling stuff to the front of the trailer. Looks like his thumb. And we finally give up and put a bomb on it. Or do we?